Hey everyone, it's Fain Brandt with the LinkedIn Bakery. Thank you for joining us tonight for my live show. We're really excited to have you here, and I have a special guest, but before we get started, I'd like to know where you're watching from. I have client base from all over, not just United States, but all over the world, so please drop in a comment and tell me what city or state or country that you're watching from. I have client base from all over. Thank you. You need to turn that off.
Yeah, sorry.
Also, that's okay. We're getting used to this Facebook live show. And you know what? For all my replayers, type in the word replay, because I'm going to come back here and I'm going to see who is watching the replay and I'm going to answer your questions. So we'd love for this to be engaging and not just us telling you and sharing tips, but we want to know what your questions are. What can we answer for you tonight? I have a special guest with me, Marisa Cali of All the Social. I love her logo, ATS, All the Social. It's a digital strategy company, and it's really for all your social media needs. And Marisa and I first met at the Marketing Success Team. And Melody Tao is the founder of the Marketing Success Team. It's a great group of savvy business professionals, and we get together, and Melody's kind of our coach and gives us new strategies for social media. And if you would like to know about the Marketing Success Team, just drop a comment below, type in MST, and I'll send you a link and a discount code if you'd like to come check us out. We have a breakfast and a happy hour every month. And if you didn't notice, I have my red ruby hat, Santa hat on, and my red sweater because this is kind of a Christmas edition for our Facebook live show since it is December 20th. Marisa, can you believe that Christmas is 5 days away?
It's like, I don't know where the time went. I don't know what happened.
Crazy, right? Oh my gosh. Anyways, so like I said, Marisa and I met at Marketing Success Team probably like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah, it was like end of September.
September. And I only go once a month, so we've only actually seen each other in person like 3 times?
Yeah, maybe 3. Yes.
And then you attended my LinkedIn lab. That was a lot of fun. And Marisa really knows her stuff on social media. She's posting some amazing articles over on LinkedIn. So if you want to get just some knowledge and some extra special tips and hints, definitely go over to LinkedIn and follow her and read some of the articles that she's posting because they're pretty heavy content and great tips. But Marisa's going to share with us tonight some strategies to set you up for success on your social media plan. And we both have some Christmas presents, I'm going to call them, for you. So stay tuned to the end of the show, and we're going to share our Christmas presents with you then. And I'm going to let Marisa go ahead and take over. She is going to talk about the how and why of your media. So Marisa?
Thank you, Mary. I'm happy to join you today, and I hope that your viewers get a lot of information out of this Facebook Live. I mean, I have 10 years of experience in digital marketing, so I've seen it change up and down for the last 10 years. I had no websites, but my focus is social media now, and the things that you can do with social media, it's amazing. So
I bet you've seen a lot of really bad social media and some really good social media strategies, right?
Yeah, I've seen it all. But I've learned a lot from that, and I hope that you guys will learn that too by following Mary and myself. You know, I try to share tips on the daily. My first and number one most important tip is know your audience.
Oh my gosh, that's so important.
We have social media networks popping up here and there. You know, Mary and I use LinkedIn regularly now, and LinkedIn is now almost like the professional social media network. It's no longer just your resume site. So if you want to link, it's B2B, then go on LinkedIn. And, you know, Mary will tell you that all the time with what she's sharing. But if your audience is B2C and you're trying to focus on customers, then maybe you need to be on Instagram or Facebook. But definitely know your audience so you know which platform to focus your energy on.
So do you think, I get this question all the time, is like, well, don't I need to be on all the platforms, Mary? I know what my answer is, but as a digital strategist, what's your answer to that question?
Yeah, I think that you need to own your brand on every platform, but you need to be active on it daily, or, whatever your strategy is. It depends. I am on almost all the platforms, but I don't post regularly on there, and I don't post the same thing. And that's based on strategy. I want to make sure that I have something to show you on Instagram, because if we go to a conference or I meet you out at a coffee shop, like, you can follow me anywhere. But there's a different strategy on Instagram. It's more of a display. It's a marketing tool to show my business. But I'm not necessarily trying to, make a business relationship on Instagram.
That's
but I own it
for
there.
me. So, like, I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook. Although I post on Twitter and Instagram, and I was on Google, my account is not tied to it right now. But for me, it's like I engage on Facebook and LinkedIn. Those are the two platforms where I actually engage with customers, clients, potential, referrals and partnerships. But although I post on Twitter, I don't really engage on that platform. But I kind of, like you said, I own my brand. So I still put some tweets out, per se.
Right. And I actually have two Twitter accounts. So one for business, one for personal. But my personal is always talking about the industry as much as I can, where I can engage people, because I have friends there. I've actually, worked with people from Twitter. So it just depends on your strategy and where you're looking to build your business out. And who you're trying to target.
Flossie says hi.
Hi, Flossie.
Thanks for joining us. So glad that you're here. So her first tip is to really know your audience. That's so important, because if you don't know your audience, your messaging is not going to talk to them. How can you, like, for me, my audience is female entrepreneurs. But if I didn't know that, my messaging and all my content wouldn't speak to them. So tip number one is to really know your audience, and then know what platforms that they're on. Because your audience is going to be on different platforms than my audience, right?
Right, exactly. And that kind of ties into my next point, which is pick your channel. So you go on LinkedIn and Facebook, and I'm on LinkedIn and Instagram mostly.
Okay.
So it's like, it changes. I'm a very visual person, so I want to make sure that I can express what I need to express through pictures or posts or whatever. So that I use those two mostly, and Twitter, my personal Twitter, but it's also a mix between personal and business on there. So those are kind of tied together. Like, pick your channel where you're going to be the most active and really put your effort into those channels.
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't believe that you can master all the channels. That's just too hard. And I don't believe that your clients are on every channel. If they are, then you probably have a really big company with a bunch of workers or employees, because that's just too much in today's world. We're so overwhelmed. Like, you can't master every channel. And I think when some entrepreneurs start, they think they have to be on every social media channel. Right.
You don't have to be, but you should own your brand on there. So make sure that you at least have a profile.
So Flossie says that their biggest following is on Facebook, and they never use Twitter. So it's really important to know where your following is.
Right.
Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie Lou joined. Hi, Stephanie. How you doing?
I hope that her video is good enough. She's the video master. So
I know. Stephanie Lou is my Facebook muse and my course muse. We need to talk tomorrow. I need some help. Okay. So Marisa, really knowing your audience, knowing what platform that they're on, those are really great tips.
And a tip for if you're on a platform and you don't want to use it to post all your content and optimize it for that platform, a tip that I would have is offer behind the scenes look at what you do. So let's say you have an Instagram, your personal Instagram, make sure you're tagging like your business, or you're mentioning your business, because it's your personal network, but you're keeping it to your personal stuff that you do, but you also dabble in like, oh, I'm going to do this LinkedIn lab today. So you post that on your Instagram.
Oh, that's a good idea. I could do that on my personal one. Like, hey, so excited to be teaching my LinkedIn lab next week. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And I think the reason why I suggest that is because you don't want to neglect your platforms to the point where like someone is, you know, and we'll get into that later when someone Googles you and they don't see you active on one platform. They're like, okay, well, especially for someone like me who's a digital strategist, I need to be.
So it also depends
everywhere.
on what you do in life. So
Right,
Flossie
exactly.
has a question. She said, should I be posting the same content on all the platforms like Instagram or Facebook, or should it be unique?
Yes and no. My advice is, I think it's, like we said, it's too much to master unique content for each one, but I think it could still have the same theme. So an example that I do is I do a tip on Instagram and I use a similar tip or a related tip on LinkedIn, but it looks different. So I'm not just clicking all the buttons and posting.
Okay. So it's the same theme, but it's presented a little different.
Yeah.
Like maybe Instagram is more of a visual with just 1 or 2 lines, where LinkedIn would be the full article.
Right, exactly.
Or vice versa. If you wrote an article on LinkedIn, right, you could take like a tip from that article and put it on an image, right, and put it on Instagram.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So repurposing your content. So it's not just all your, you know, you click one button, it goes to all your profiles, because it will show up on your Facebook as an Instagram link. You want it to show as if you posted on Facebook.
See, Stephanie Lou, we talked about doing that webinar on repurposing your content. I really think we need to get that on the books for 2018. It's so important.
And Mary, you do themes, which I've noticed you do themes. So you can do themes, you know, for your articles and themes for your Instagram posts if you had an Instagram, and then themes for your Facebook. They can all look the same. And that kind of goes into another point that I want to make is make sure it looks good. Yeah. You know, so make sure when you're posting it, it's looking, okay, this is actually Mary's stuff. Like someone will see it. Like that's Mary's stuff. Yeah. And it's not blurry. It's cropped properly. You know, always check that. I think, and Facebook changes their stuff all the time. So be very aware of that and connect with people like Mary and myself that will give you that insider info when they change stuff.
So Stephanie Lou said, leave digital breadcrumbs that lead back to your content buffet. You know, Stephanie, I just love that you're using all those recipe ingredient lingo. I'm so going to borrow that. But she's absolutely right. Like, leave that breadcrumb on Twitter that talks about one little tip, and then have it link back to your website, or have it link back to your LinkedIn article. Right. I always share that when you're writing an article on LinkedIn, like if you're doing a top 5 things that you have to do in 2018, list the top 3 and then say, to see tip 4 and 5, click here and have it go back to your website. Because you really want the traffic. You want to take it off the social media platforms and get it back to your website. So Stephanie, that is a great tip. And I know that tip and I don't do it enough, but let's all make a commitment in 2018. Let's all do that, and let's follow up with each other. I want everyone to go write an article on LinkedIn for 2018. It's the beginning of the year. You got plenty of time. Do some kind of top list, you know, top 5 things to write about, top 5 Facebook strategies, but only put 3 of those strategies on LinkedIn, and then have it link back to your website. Great tip, Stephanie.
Yes. And then repurpose those and put those on your Instagram and your Facebook. One-liners.
You know? I think that I'm supposed to be working with Amy. We were going to take I have some really great testimonials, and we were just going to take one line and make those into images to put like on Instagram and Facebook. And
I actually thought about that when you guys brought that up. That's going to be my February theme. One of them. It's February is, you know, the love month.
I have a different theme for February. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but it's so not about love, and I think it's a real, everyone's going to go, what? Like, what?
Faking with love. But isn't that great that we're already talking about February? It's almost the end of December and we're thinking about February. And why is that? Because we're prepared.
Yes.
And we talk to us and everything they say is be prepared. prepare yourself. So,
yeah. Now, Stephanie said one more. We got a lot of engagement here. So Marisa, Stephanie said, which platform should small business owners focus on in 2018?
Well, I think that Mary will love this answer. I think it's going to be LinkedIn. I think that's going to be the top.
I did not pay her to say that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've learned that too. My audience is small business owners. But it also depends on who if you're a small business owner and who's your target. If you're a small business owner, I think as a owner, you should be present on LinkedIn. But if your target audience is, and you're selling a product, then that's a different strategy.
Yeah, so it depends on where your audience is and what your product is. So I know for anyone that is looking for speaking gigs, you need to be on LinkedIn, and you need to write your profile a certain way where it showcases any past speaking gigs. And there's easy ways to do that where you're organically optimizing your LinkedIn profile, showcasing you as a speaker. I'm getting more and more, people are reaching out to me to line me up for speaking gigs. I'm happy to say I've been booked out through March, and it's all because of LinkedIn. It's not because of Facebook, and it's not because of referrals. These are people that I have never met, and they looked at my LinkedIn profile, and I have the speaking gigs put in there, and I have booked 3 to 4 speaking gigs off of LinkedIn. So if you're looking for speaking gigs, you got to be on LinkedIn. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, I think. The last tip. It's ask and connect with others that specialize in these areas so that you can learn new tips. And that's kind of how Mary and I met, through the marketing success team. And, we're connected with so many people that know a lot. And I think that that's definitely a tip that you should learn.
Yeah, you've got to be with like-minded individuals. And Stephanie, Lou, and I, and Melissa Glaze and Amy, we all have had geek out days. That's what we call them. I love geeking out. Laptops and girls and coffee is great, and just, learning from each other. And I think that that's so important that you find your community. Hair Hub is a great community. The marketing success team is a great community to find those people and just to kind of sit and geek out. Today, someone from my CWIN group, my Christian Women's Entrepreneur group, Amber Wilson, came over, and she came over to bring me muffins. But we started geeking out, talking about Facebook Live and online courses and connectors that you need for your Ethernet cables and all that. So you know what? Find your tribe, find your community of people that you can sit and have these just, natural conversations with, and plan a geek out day once a month with your girls. It's so much fun, right, Stephanie?
Yes.
Yeah, Flossie said, can't wait for ours. We're planning our Geek Out Day tomorrow. We're going to get it on the books.
Nice.
Okay, so what other tips do you have for us, Marisa?
Okay, so I think I'm going to go into the why. Wait, let me just make sure. I'm just checking all my notes. Okay, the final tip, and I think all of this, how you structure your online strategy and stuff, this will give you an opportunity to talk about your business without selling. So you can be professional on your personal profile, and you can, and I think that really is, part of your strategy. You need to be able to have your professional side and talk about, your business, the ups and downs, but you're not really selling all the time. So I think that, that's part of something, that is a challenge for every business owner, especially small business owners and consultants. I think that's a good tip.
Awesome. Yeah, I hate selling. But sharing is different, right? So if you talk about sharing about your business and your struggles and where you get stuck or when you're excited because you're going to go speak or have a class, or Stephanie Lou just asked me, when is your next LinkedIn Lab? It's January 24th, I think. So I'll post the link to my next LinkedIn Lab. We'll post a bunch of links after we're done with a Facebook Live show. So, so Marisa, are we on to the why?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. So I think we talked a little bit about the why, but I want to make sure we covered 3 main points. Okay. And the first one is to gain credibility.
Awesome.
So, like Mary said, when she told me briefly that, when someone's contacting her, she looks them up on LinkedIn. Now, Mary's really active on LinkedIn. She makes sure that she's on LinkedIn, and she's a professional. So if you're a professional, then she's going to check to make sure you're on LinkedIn, and the person who's contacting you has a background in what they're trying to work with.
And if they have their own company, I'm always surprised when they don't have, you list your company, but they don't have their logo on their LinkedIn page, because that means they don't have a company page. So I'm like, that's another step, and you need to do that as a business owner. So if you guys have your own business out there, you need a company page, because it's going to auto-populate your logo instead of just that gray box. Gray box, in my mind, looks like, are they really a business? Or are they just trying to pretend? When that logo populates, as simple as that is, that raises your level of credibility. Having a company page on LinkedIn raises your credibility. And it's not that hard to do, and it's not that hard to manage. So,
and I have a story like that too. I had a company reach out to me. They wanted to promote me on Instagram, get more likes on Instagram or whatever. So I looked at their profile on Instagram, and they didn't have one. I was like, wait a minute. This is not, how can you do that?
Right?
So it was really interesting, and I just, politely declined. But, it's huge. You're going to promote me on Instagram. You don't even have a page.
Exactly.
So you want me to pay you? And then, that's just, I hope that they've changed that.
Yeah.
But
we'll see. Definitely credibility is a huge thing as an entrepreneur or small business owner.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then the second thing, if your digital strategy is important to you, it should be, that's what we're saying here. You become present in your space. So you're top of mind all the time. Mary's very active on LinkedIn and Facebook. She's LinkedIn strategist. We know that because she's always posting LinkedIn bakery, LinkedIn strategist, all of that. And if you're present, people are going to think about you. And that doesn't necessarily, you're present there doesn't always equal sales, but people will remember you 3-4 months down the line when they need you.
Exactly.
Or they remember, her messaging or her stuff looked good or whatever. I've had a few stories like that in the last couple months, and it's good. It doesn't always happen right away, but that's business, right?
I've had that happen too, and you're thinking, kind of like that breadcrumb thing that you were saying, Stephanie, where, you're putting those breadcrumbs out, and even though someone doesn't buy your Black Friday special, or sign up for your lab or buy your digital strategy session, I have had clients that I'm like, where did you meet me? Or how did we connect? And they're like, oh, I saw you speak 3 months ago. Or,
That's how I met you. That's how, do you remember that? I was like, oh, I've seen your name before, but I don't remember from where.
Yeah, you did mention that. Yeah.
We knew
some common connections.
Victor, yeah.
Oh, Victor. That's right. Yeah. So, by being consistent on your social media posts on whatever platforms you are, it will pay off. And I've had clients that have booked me 3 to 4 months later. And I wasn't someone that believed that would happen, but it's happened to me this year. And I was like, okay, Mary, just keep throwing those breadcrumbs out.
Right. I think you're going to use that. That's your new thing.
It is. Thank you, Stephanie, for some new lingo. I was getting tired of what I was using. I love breadcrumbs now.
And then I think this is the one that I really like is make sure your brand colors and messaging are the same, similar across the board. I think consistency in that sense is very important because it makes people remember you, just like my other point. It's very, my theme is, great imagery, no blurry images, and make sure that the text looks good, the font looks good, and it's the same font or same colors all the time.
I actually have, I think on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook and LinkedIn, I have the same background cover. So Liz Cortez made those for me, and it's going to be time for me to update them again. But I actually, at one point, I had all the background covers on the social media platforms were all the same. So it's very, very consistent, and it was reputation building. So it had a quote from a testimonial, because that's what I was trying to do this year, is build my reputation.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and you can switch it up as long as, you know, you make sure you go back to what people are familiar with. Like, the new color of the year for next year is ultraviolet. It's a purple color. So, you know, you can throw in a purple, you know, post maybe once in a while, or you talk about that, use that in your branding. I mean, I'm very visual, so I might use it, but I'm always going to go back to the blue and black and white.
Yeah,
you know, so
I have my logos and my colors, and I just stick with that, and it works. So Melody just jumped in. She says hi, and
Melody.
She said, I heard no blurry photos and agree 100%. Amy said, yes, be consistent and purpose. That's Amy's motto. To be consistent and purposeful to provide value and engage your following. 100%. Oops. Also, Melody says you look amazing after your surgery. That's called makeup and a fun hat. And, yeah, fake it till you make it. Right, Melody? So we're here tonight. Okay, so Marisa, what other tip do we have before we wrap this up? Did we go through everything?
Yeah.
How about do you want to just kind of review under the how, like the 3 main points?
That's okay. So the how would be 3 main points. Know your audience, connect with others in the industry, and make sure it looks good.
Yes. No blurry photos.
No blurry photos. And proper cropping.
And proper cropping.
Yeah. And why is so you can gain credibility and you can be present and top of mind for people, and people will recognize your messaging and your brand colors.
Yes, absolutely. So as we said earlier tonight, you know, Marisa and I really hope that you got some tips and that you are eager to really get your social media strategy on point for 2018. I know that I'm super excited to be working with Marisa here in the future of doing a, I guess she calls it a social media audit, kind of? Is that what it's called? Something like that.
It's digital strategy consultation, and it includes an audit.
Okay, and so Marisa, because of our relationship, and having known each other now for a few months, she has put together a special Christmas offer just for those watching and the replayers. But it's only to this Facebook group, only to people who are here right now. So I'm going to let Marisa tell you about her offer. And you know what? I didn't have an offer, but she inspired me to create a Christmas offer. So I'm going to put my Christmas offer in the comments afterwards, because I want to showcase Marisa tonight. So Marisa, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone what your Christmas special is?
Okay. Before I go to my special, Melody said tips on how to make sure the photos aren't blurry. The number 1 tip is use high resolution photos. And there's a lot of different tools. High resolution photos.
Absolutely.
That's the number 1 tip, but you know, we can talk later about that. So my Facebook Live special is for small business owners or new brands that are looking to start up or want to revamp their social strategy and digital strategy, which includes website. So this will include a review of your business and your existing digital strategy in a summary. It'll give you 10 concepts for launch, social media, and any influencer marketing that you're looking for. List of recommended tools and technology, which I love to give because I'm all about new tools and new technology.
I love
And then a resource kit that will be filled with 5 social media design templates that you can use.
Oh, so you're actually going to give 5 design templates too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like a Kickstart bonus.
Yes.
That's a lot. So I love that. Now, is this done virtually? Is it like over the phone?
So you would sign up at my website at allthesocial.com/Facebook-live, and we'll put the link in the live. So allthesocial/Facebook-live, and this is special only for you guys watching. So if you go to my site, you won't find the link. It's only for you guys.
Just for you guys. She put together this special. So how much? Like, that's a lot that you're offering. Oh my gosh. So what's the Christmas pricing?
That is my initial digital strategy consultation. It's normally $277. So for viewers, it'll be $99.
What?
If you book, you need to book by the 22nd, which is
Friday.
Next week.
Friday. The 22nd is Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing, you guys. For under $100, you get all of that. She's been in this space for 10 years, so she knows what she's talking about. She's seen what works and what doesn't work. And for $99, you're going to get all that. All you have to do is sign up by Friday. So we are going to put that special link in the comments here. And I guess like after Friday, we'll just take that link out, so that anyone that watches it later won't get it. So she's going to take, that is an amazing, amazing offer. I know that I'm going to sign up for that because, man, that is super great. And then I'm going to have a special. I have 3 openings. Wait, can you see my fingers? 3 openings for a strategy session. And I'm going to match Marisa's price, which I never, ever, ever do. And I'm going to have 3 spaces. Wait, there's my 3 for $99. So you're going to get an hour strategy session with me. And that also has to be paid for by this weekend. And then we'll book that out. And you can book it out up to January 5th. So you don't have to do it before Christmas. You do have to sign up for it by Friday. And we will put the link in the comments. So those are 2 Christmas presents for you guys. That's awesome because Marisa and I really want to help you set yourself up for success in 2018. So we've got to get on this and we want to help you guys. We've had so much fun doing this. Melody said you should do a combo deal. Well, maybe we will in the spring. Maybe we'll have some kind of fancy combo deal. Flossie said, whoop, whoop. We have had so much fun doing this Facebook Live show. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And you know what? If you know someone who could benefit from Marisa's tips or one of the specials that we're offering, go ahead and share this live show with them. Because if you share it and they want her special, they can sign up. They just have to sign up by Friday. So yes. I hope that you guys liked my little festive hat tonight and my red sweater. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope that you have a lot of fun with your family and friends and you have great food and that you have some geek out time with your girls. I know I'm going to be scheduling that tomorrow. And do you have anything else you want to add, Marisa?
No, just if you would like to check me out or check all my profiles, I'll just go to my website and have all the links at the bottom. Awesome. But it's all the social. And you probably can find me on all the platforms.
And we'll go ahead and drop your links also. We're going to put those in the comments as well, so it'll be right here. Just give us a little time to get all that information added to this Facebook Live segment. Now, for me, you guys, I have a LinkedIn Lab coming up in January, and I think Amy just posted the dates. It's like January 24th, and I have some specials coming up on that all the way through December 31st. And then you can catch me here at my Facebook Live show the first
January
and third,
24th.
Yeah, the first and third Wednesdays of the month at 7 p.m. And January is all about like organizing yourself for the year. So I have a digital strategist from Hera Hub joining me, April Merritt. She's fabulous and she's going to be dropping a bunch of tips. And you know what? I'm going to see if she might have a tip for you too. Sorry about that. Oops. Okay, everyone have a fabulous night, and I'll talk to you soon. It's Mary Fain Brandt with a...
Mary.
Okay, bye.